That many, but a couple anyways. Want to welcome you all here. You know, and it's not every day the night at the museum is going to be happening. We had right over there Ronald Reagan on the drums. Right? Ronald Reagan. He will be Ronald Reagan. Well, we want to welcome you here, and it's always special for Grandparents' Day, and I love to tell the story, and I'm going to tell it again. It's always special to spend time with your grandparents. I tell my kids in 6th grade, you're very fortunate to have grandparents around. We would spend usually about a month every summer way up in northern Michigan, in Leland, Michigan, with my grandparents. That was our vacation time. We stayed with my grandparents. My Aunt Gwen and Uncle Marv lived next door with their 5 kids. My Aunt Marilyn would come over every day with her 4 kids. So there were 14 of us that got to get together all the time. But what I always remember, when we were getting ready to leave, heading back to get ready to start school after Labor Day, when the normal schools start, my grandparents would be out there, and my grandfather was one of these tough fishermen. He made his living on Lake Michigan, and he'd be standing there with my grandma, and he'd be crying, and my grandma would be crying. And I asked my mom, I always remember this, "Mom, why are Grandpa and Grandma crying?" And my mom said, "They're sad to see us leave," which I couldn't imagine all the hubbub and commotion that we caused, but that was true. Well, we fast forward about 20 years, and we're visiting my parents, same town, Leland, Michigan. They have a little place up there, or had a little place, and we'd be leaving, and my mom and dad would be out there, and my mom and dad would be crying. And my daughter, oldest daughter, Sarah, said, "Dad, how come Grandma and Grandpa are crying?" And I said, "Well, they're sad to see us leave." Well, last summer, my daughter and our first granddaughter and her husband visited us, and they're getting ready to leave, and my wife is crying. So it's just a cycle that goes on, and it's something that's really special when you get to spend time. Now I'm learning with grandchildren, and it's always, always a wonderful thing on this Grandparents' Day. And now I'm getting a lump in my throat, but I just want to thank you for coming and being here for your grandkids, because they appreciate it. Somebody told me a number of years ago, I think it was Dennis Menyer, he said, "There's nothing better than